West of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway in Southern California.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First play, here's Cousins.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down throw for Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. And Cook has it left side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings us 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 18-yard line.
Cousins now. Touchdown, Vikings! Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen.
And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Herbert operating from the red zone. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To the air again, Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Now the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Second and 5 now. Cousins.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. After the turnover, here's Herbert. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Herbert. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Second down and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. Herbert on first down now. He's airing it out for Williams. They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 43. That's another Charger.
Running on first down, Eckler.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
11 more yards. That's another Charger.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They snap it to Herbert.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer.
But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Cousins now from the 50.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Again, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have the coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, in the first half, there really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now Cousins.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
It's Cousins on the sneak, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Cousins on the keeper, and this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins, as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Joseph now to have the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Vikings 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The final shot before break. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them...
He's got a man, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Up the middle with Eckler. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's not going to get the 1st. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, time is certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Herb Smith Jr., 27 yards. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Vikings 21. Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Zadarius Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or 2 to punch this one in.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Now Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there. play. 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson from 3 yards out.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now Herbert.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Herbert. That's caught by Palmer. And he's brought down. And they took a big shot there. It pays off. A solid gain downfield.
So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that can finish things off for them.
Throwing, Herbert.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
Herbert.
He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he will be out of bounds. So, partner, that means we got some free football. We're headed to overtime.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The first throw in overtime now for Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They go play action. Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense had got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
Down right around the 25. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4 yards.
They'll try the middle with Cook. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Cousins.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this. All the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, are coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 34 yards.
Herbert going to throw.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Herbert to throw.
Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. To try again after the sack. Herbert. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On fourth down, Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
So it's a win for the Vikings, and it was Kirk Cousins, the veteran, who really led the way.
Yeah, he really carved up this defense. They were left looking at each other a number of times and just shrugging their shoulders. He had 4 touchdown passes and even had another on the ground for good measure. Really just played a whale of a ball game.